Our guest today is an iconic vocalist and songwriter promoting her newest album, Dark Christmas. Let's talk about her latest releases, touring, and more with Tarja Turunen. Moi Tarja, it's a pleasure having you here.
Moi moi, pleasure is mine. Thank you for having me.
I wasn't expecting another new album to be released this year, especially because in the period of a year, you've released a compilation, live album, project, and now Dark Christmas, and realized that since your solo career began, there are more than 30 products, including albums, EPs, live shows, and compilations. I'm always amazed by that wall behind you,
Yeah.
like with several albums, yeah, from your discography, and it grows more and more. Even after being involved in so many works over the last 27 years, what does it feel like when you receive the final product in your hands?
It's still like a, exciting moment. It is still like, wow, because I'm really an old timer in that sense that I was very lucky to start my journey when I was young. So I still kind of feel for those times in a way when it comes to the products. I love producing my physical records. Um, and having the product in my hand, having had all the damn work that I've done, because it's a lot of work. I'm involved in all the process since the ever little scratch when I start writing the songs until the finalized product is in my hand. So it's a satisfaction that I feel. Okay, it's a good feeling, deep feeling every time I get to hold my baby in my hands.
When From Spirits and Ghosts was released, many people were surprised by this melancholic and darker approach to those Christmas songs. You already mentioned that there's a lot of darkness in you and that this inspires you. In this new work, for example, your version for Last Christmas really captured the lyrics of the song in this more intimate, grim arrangement, in my opinion. Was it like to turn shadows into art again?
That's fantastic that you're mentioning that song. It's exactly, you got the point. I mean, really, thank you for telling that out loud, because I got to reconnect, like completely reconnect with the lyrics. It kind of hit me when I'm recording the song. I understood, hey, no, this is a different. There is a different depth in these lyrics. I need to really tell the story now. It was it was very, very, very important moment during the recording of the album Last Christmas for me. It is part of me turning the darkness in music, but it's beautiful darkness. I still feel like even though my own song is called Dark Christmas, the album is dark, the cover artwork is dark, everything is kind of from that vibe. Finland as a dark country during this time of the year was one of the biggest inspirations for me in creation of the album. It's been inspired by the darkness, but it's not a dark album. So at the end of the day, you can feel it will give you peace and it will give you light and it makes you feel better. This time, okay, with the songs that are very known. On my last album, I did few of those, but not much. I did weirdo songs, and it was the beginning of it all. I wanted to touch up, what's there in these different kind of arrangements. This time, I really wanted to go with the songs that all the children know. I actually went through the song selection with the kids, with the neighbors' children, with my own. Every time I was driving them to school, I was playing them these Christmas songs, like lots of Christmas songs. It was like, hey, during the whole winter time, because we started the project already before the previous Christmas. So the kids, I made a list, which are the songs that the children were singing along and which ones they didn't recognize. So I kind of charted it with the help of the kids.
Great. And watching the videos for the most recent work, it was possible to see your daughter, Naomi, singing again. She had already participated in the previous Christmas album, and often she has appeared publicly as a musician by your side. In addition to being a mother, you are also a great artistic reference for her. What has it been like following her development as an artist?
It's very peculiar. It's very interesting what's happening in that young person's mind and heart, because it's an extension of her parents. She is an extension of her parents, but it's hopefully like a better version of us in a way. But it's annoying that it's so easy for her. Music comes so easy to her. Ever since she started playing piano or drums or singing, it's so easy for her. It's like, God, the girl doesn't need to struggle. It's annoying. In a way, of course, I'm a proud parent to see that she really enjoys that. And now when she is 11, now I see the difference, that I don't need to tell her anymore, go and practice the drums, or, you know, have you done your homework? No, she comes back home and she tells me first what happened today with music. So she's super excited about music. And that is an amazing thing, because I believe that all of the children, they should study music one way or another. It will make them feel better with themselves. It happened to me when I was a kid. I was so badly bullied in school that music was there to help me to feel better. It was my only exit. So I felt super strongly with music because it gave me the freedom to feel good. Kind of the only thing I felt at the time. I was really lonely. So I feel like all the children, and especially when you are in the moment of getting to the teenage time and you are looking for your place in this world and what is all this meaning around me, yeah? You are losing your innocence already, kind of. Their music is something that can really make you feel great.
One of the most special moments this year was your reunion with Marko Hietala, and a special tour featuring both of you is already being planned for next year. The first time you reunited was at Raskasta Joulua a few years ago, and you mentioned that there was an apology, tears, and hugs. But I would like to know about this year. What emotions you had when you looked to the side and saw Marko again by your side, singing those classic songs?
I have to say that, of course, I was nervous. I believe that he was nervous as well to meet up with me, but we were both very excited to go back to the stage and to sing the song. We sang Phantom of the Opera in Switzerland for the first time. Then we went over to Finland to perform it again. We did a show together there, he with his band and me with my own. Wow. It was a pure emotion, roller coaster emotion. I think it was really beautiful. But it made me kind of, I was like, I'm in peace, sort of. The feeling was great. I think it was even more for Marko. Because I saw him standing there after my concert when I finished my set. And he came like almost in tears, you know, saying that this was important. We reconnected and it's great. Now I'm really looking forward to have this tour in South America in March. And I'm sure you will see something else happening also. Yeah,
Lovely.
you'll hear.
And you mentioned about South America. Last month you were there, and you're always welcomed with a warm and lovely reception from your fans. When I watch one of your interviews or observe you on stage, I can see that you have always had a Latin soul in the way you communicate and express yourself. In the past, you lived in Argentina. So I would like to know a little bit about this connection with your Latin side, as there are many people who did the opposite and moved to Finland through the connection they made with your art and other bands. What memories do you have from the first time you visit South America? When you met the people and culture, was there this instant connection of knowing that a part of you belonged there?
That was in 2000 when I went to South America for the first time with Nightwish, and it was like a it was super exciting for all of us, obviously, to visit those very distant countries and see the craziness and the fanatism that we are not used to, that kind of fanatism in Nordic countries. So it was like a lot to take in. For me as a woman, it was a lot to take in because there was things that I got attacked during that tour, and my security was on the line all the time, and I was not used to those kind of things. But that was the first moment, and it was like, wow, how the people live so differently, and it was an eye-opening moment for me. But ever since, I have to tell, when I started my solo career, I played my first show in Buenos Aires, for example. It was crazy. The love, the passion. There is this real love that is very real. That is, I don't know how to put it in words, but they really care. The people, they care. And then when I decided to live there, of course, the Latin culture opened up to me. And nowadays, they laugh at me because I have a Latino husband. So they laugh at me here in Spain. They tell me always, like you said, that you have a Latino in you. Like, you are more Latina than your husband is. You know, they always tell that to me, that I am the... And my husband is, the Finnish person. But it's a great harmony because I'm artistic, crazy, cuckoo me, and my husband is the one that maintains me in harmony, or at least tries to, you know, bring me down. It's great that I got to experience that. I feel like I needed that for my art, first of all, and for myself, for my mental health, the same. Living in Finland when I was young, it was already hard for me, the lack of the sun, lack of light. It was hard. Not that I suffered depression, but I felt really down. I really doubt that if I would be living there, if I were there, if I would be able to create freely as I create today, or feel as good with my art as I feel today.
And talking about touring and being active, it's interesting how you've developed different tours that happen at the same time. You currently have 3: the Dark Christmas tours, something more intimate, let's say, while Rock Meets Classic and Living the Dream are more energetic and electric. How important is it to have this versatility in shows?
It's very important. It keeps me alive and keeps me motivated. Seriously, it's really inspiring. Music has still a lot to offer. To do, for example, now again, jump into a new project for me, that is the Rock Meets Classic. It's a new thing with new people. They are superstars from Supertramp, from Ultravox, guys that, you know, I've been listening since ever I was a little kid, their music, and I get to go on stage with them. It's like, wow, what's going on here? I'm really happy. I'm really excited. I'm really looking forward to have a great time. So incredible that I can have this versatile career. For me, it's motivating me, kicks my butt to really work hard to maintain my voice, maintain my physics, maintain my mind, that I can do all that because I enjoy doing them so much.
There's a lot of versatility as well with the musicians you work with. This year, we finally listened to the Outlanders project, which brought you and producer Torsten Stenzel together in a totally unexpected and very interesting project. What was the process like of showing a different version of yourself, accessing a new Tarja during the production of this work?
It was great because there was no pressure on my shoulders. I was completely free, you know. It's like I could just feel and do. While I was writing these songs were written in a couple of minutes. It was like no brainstorming that much needed, in a way that I was not putting myself into my deepest fears and my deepest, you know. There was more of like a good feeling, and, you know, not that my lyrics were done or written in a surface either. No, I could never do that actually. But it's more like the pressure was because this was something completely new. to me and everybody in the project, actually, the guitar players, everybody involved, they were really embracing the project for the first time. There were many of these guys that never ever played with electronic music before, but they did. It was insanely beautiful that all these incredibly talented guitar players, they took and embraced the project, and they did an amazing job. I get to connect with many of these brilliant musicians during pandemic, only possible because of that period of and that moment that we got hit by, that we had the time, we were all at home, and that we had the time to really focus on music and make us feel better. Electronic music on the album of Outlanders, it makes you feel good. It's a good feeling on the album. So that kind of connected me with those guitar players. And so it was really a good thing to do.
And talking about working with different musicians, this year I had the chance to see you singing with Marko Hietala on the Kaunotar ja Kulkuri tour. And the feeling I had was that in a mute verse, that kind of event would be a normal show of your career if you hadn't embraced heavy metal in the 90s. At the same time that your career developed with heavy music, this other side did not disappear from you. So how important is it to have this classical music focused experience performing for these types of audience?
It is important because it's like the classical music is like roots of a tree. It is the roots where I take all the vital energy, the roots that keep me in good singing condition and maintains my physical health. I use those roots to deliver my tronco of the tree, the body of the tree, and then the leaves is the voice that comes out. So I feel it like that, really. The classical music being like my left or right hand that keeps me in condition and makes me progress as a singer still today. I always am looking to get better. There is no way on earth that will end. And rock gives me the leaves to be free, gives me the freedom to express myself and have fun, do things that I could never imagine when I was a little kid. So I am living my dream. I named my best of album as Living the Dream because I'm really living my dream. I'm very grateful. Every day I'm very grateful for being able to do that.
Interesting to observe the number of new vocalists in the most different styles who mention the influence you have on their career, from Simon Simons of Epca to Fernanda Lira of Crypta, from symphonic to death metal. As a woman and artist, you had to overcome many challenges, and every day a new generation of girls grew up listening to your music and being inspired by these achievements. How do you handle and receive this affection of being such an important model for many women?
It doesn't give me any pressure. Actually, it makes me really humbled in a way that I really love hearing those girls around, seeing them around. Makes me feel I'm like a mama figure for them, for many of those girls. I'm like a mama. Yes, because it's really a fact. And I like that role. Hope that I am a good role model in that sense. Of course, many of the festivals I go today and I see the girls around and I talk with them and they come and they tell their stories for me. And it's incredible, the stories I hear. In what point in life they've heard me and they decided to keep on living their dreams and fighting for their dreams and make music because they saw me doing the same. It's very beautiful thing. There is a lot of beautiful music around, and we women, we are there. Every time I get to be asked about the female fronted metal, that is like a word already like that for me. It doesn't matter. It's metal. Come on. It's like, I don't feel like being part of a movement, sort of. I'm part of the whole big thing, being part of the industry. I've been able to be there, thankfully, since a long time.
Tarja's new album Dark Christmas came out on November 10th via Ear Music, and it is a perfect score for the holidays. My favorite version is the already mentioned Last Christmas, and I hope the fans are enjoying the full album. If you want to know more about upcoming live dates, news and more, search for Tarja Official on all social networks. Tarja, it was a pleasure talking to you again, and I hope you enjoyed this interview. Would you like to leave a final message?
Thank you so much for having me. And yes, I want to wish you all a Merry Christmas if I can already. It's early, but hey, And I'll see you on the down the road, come to see my dark Christmas concerts. They are beautiful concerts. A moment of peace and happiness, I hope you'll find there. Come to grab my shoulder and say hello. So see you down the road very soon.